So in this video, we're going to go ahead and create our home page for Hannah's Cake Shop. As a quick review, let's go over and see from our design what our home page is going to look like. Share my screen. So from our wireframe designs, we can see that we've got a pretty simple home page that we're going to create. We're basically going to have two buttons, one for customer, one for products. And I like to set up my home pages with some images. So before you get into Mendix again, go ahead and make sure that you have an image for customer and an image for product readily available. You can use your own images, or you can search for copyright-free images out on the internet. Once you've got your images ready, go ahead and get back into Mendix. If you don't have it open already, go ahead and open it up. There is our entity, our domain model that we just created. And we can see over here, there's our enumerations for cake flavor and icing. I'm going to go ahead and click next on Home Web. That's the default home page that comes with the app. So double click on Home Web. And I'm going to turn off my video so I don't get in the way here. Okay, here we can see the default home page. You can see if I hover over this text, I get sort of a little blue dotted line. And if I, with the word text, and if I click on it, I kind of get this solid blue line around that element. So that is the object that I have currently selected, a text object. And we can see that in Mendix, we have elements embedded within elements within elements. And in order to see how a page is actually structured, if we come down to the bottom, if we come down towards the bottom here, we can see what's called the breadcrumbs. And we can see that this text box is within a column, and that column is within a row, and that row is within a layout grid, and that layout grid is within a container, and that container is within a page. We can also see the same structure up here where it says Page Explorer on the top left. If I click on that, we can see that same sort of set of embedded objects. Sometimes in Mendix, it's important that you select a particular layer or a particular object within your page that you're working on. Sometimes they're a little bit tricky to find. So I find either using Page Explorer or the breadcrumb is a good way to find exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start to customize this for Hannah's Cake Shop. So instead of just home, let's double click on this and we'll call it Hannah's Cake Shop. And we can see that it's set up to be a heading 3. Hannah's Cake Shop. Okay. And it just goes ahead and updates it. Instead of the subtitle here, instead of welcome to your new app, if we double click on that, we can have some sort of tagline for Hannah. You can go ahead and set up a tagline or a subtitle for the homepage. I'm just going to say Hannah makes the best cakes. You can say whatever you want. I'm not terribly clever. You can probably be more clever than that. And say, okay. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the two buttons. Remember, we've got one button that's going to go to customer. The other button is going to go to product. Right now, it's just set up for one column, but I really want two columns, and then I'm going to put a button inside each column. So then if I right click, I'm just going to add a column to the right. And now I have 2 columns. Go ahead and select the first column. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a button inside this column, and that button is going to go to our customer list page box. And then we can see under toolbox, we have widgets and we have building blocks. Widgets are sort of individual snippets of code that create a particular object. A building block is when you maybe put together several widgets, you sort of mash them together. They're just a little bit more sophisticated than widgets. So click on or highlight your building blocks, and then down in the search for card action. And we can see there's several different types of card action. I want to use card action with image. So make sure card action with image. That'll have all the little bits of code that we need for our button. And you're just going to click on it and you're going to drag it and you're going to drop it in to the first column. And you can see where it's going to land in the column, because column is now turned like highlighted. It's now turned to blue. So that's where you want to drop it. Okay, and there you go. Now we're going to go ahead and then customize this card action. I don't really want it to say card title. I want it to have the button name is going to be customer. Okay, and the subtitle here is going to be, you can choose whatever you want this to say, but something like a list of customers. And okay. And then we don't really want this, this image of a lake with a dock, even though it's very pretty. We really want something more customer-centric. So to go ahead and add your image, the first thing we need to do is to upload your images into your app. So we're going to come over on the far, on the left here to where it says images. Double click on that, click the add button, and then navigate to where your images are stored. And I'm going to go ahead and just upload these 3 images. Okay. Now go back to your home page then. Double click on your image. And then the image we're going to select. And choose the one that you selected for your customer. And say, okay. All right, there's our first button to go to customers. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to our second column, and we're going to configure the button or a card action with image to go to our products. So again, over here to the toolbar on the far right, click toolbar, click building blocks. You're going to search for card action with image. You're going to come and you're going to drag it out to your second column. And then we'll go ahead and customize that. So I'm going to start with the card title, double click. This is going to be called products. Okay. Supporting text, double click. A list of products. Okay. And then I'll set my image. Double click on the image. Go to select. We add our set of cakes. Select. And okay. Okay, very good. Okay, so now we've got our home page set up. let's go ahead and save our changes. File, save all. And then let's see what it's going to look like. In order to test out your app, you can use this green, it's like a green play button up here. Click on the green play button. And it takes a minute, but you will get this message, your app is running. And then you want to go ahead and view your app. This publish button you'll use once you your app is all finished and you want to sort of publish it out to the world. We won't use that in this class. The only thing we'll do is view it locally on your desktop. Click View App. And you can see it opens up a web page, and there's our app. We've got Hannah's Cake Shop. Hannah makes the best cakes. And we've got set up for customers, and we've got a column here set up for products. In order to exit this, you can just go ahead and close this tab. Okay, to get back to your app, you've just got your Studio Pro running. Go ahead and get back to your app. You can close it, or if you want to keep working on it, you can watch the next video.